I remember from a very young age, having to go to mosques with my father to pray. Religion was a big part in my life.
Noor Warsame is a prominent and well-respected imam, which is the leader of a mosque in Australia's Islamic community, similar to a priest or a rabbi. Noor was married and has a young daughter, and for decades he's lived for his religion, holding onto a secret.
It was just trauma after trauma after trauma. So at one point, the only option that I had was suicide. And I did attempt suicide, and thankfully it didn't work. I came back from that stronger, much stronger.
Strong enough to reveal his secret publicly for the first time.
For me, this will be the first coming out in public. The reason it's difficult for people to come out in the Muslim world is because the losses are too high, the risks are too great. The conservative school of thought in Islam to counter homosexuality is to be killed, and that's your repentance.
Noor is now Australia's first openly gay imam.
Reconciling spirituality with sexuality is a very difficult journey. My intentions are to try to make a difference in Muslim homes, to make avenues and paths for other young queer Muslims to live their lives to the fullest and hold on to their spirituality. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Are you worried about the consequences?
I can't see the future, what's going to happen. However, there is that element of extremism in our communities. But I am very cautious, and I'm not one who's easily intimidated.
In Somalia, where Noor comes from, and in much of the Islamic world, being gay is illegal, punishable by imprisonment at the very least. This video, purportedly released by ISIS just 2 weeks ago, shows graphic scenes of a man being thrown off a roof for allegedly being gay, and there's been several others posted online over the past 6 months. In at least 7 Muslim countries, being gay still carries the death penalty. Many Australian Muslims are also against homosexuality.
Yeah, I have to hide my identity because I'm not out to family. So they don't know that I'm gay. If they find out, they can bash me. It can lead to violence, even to death, because they see it as an illness.
Having a double life is not as easy as it seems. I was trying to practice my religion at the same time, trying to avoid my sexuality. I felt this remorse, I felt this guilt. I can't reveal my identity. Because it won't be accepted within the community at all, especially within the family. So I can imagine will be trying to kill me.
Mustafa and Muhammad, not their real names, are both gay and Muslim. Fearing repercussions, they don't want to reveal where they're from. Mustafa came to Australia to escape his family, and Muhammad lives with his parents here.
A lot of people are afraid to come out. Islam obviously is a religion that crosses a number of cultures, and these young people that I've met, there really is a lot of pressure on these people. We're talking, really, suicidal thoughts and self-harm. These are some of the most marginalised people in our community.
Muslim lesbian and Labor candidate Sophie Ismail attends regular underground meetups that Noor has been organising for young closeted LGBTQI Muslims like Mustafa and Muhammad.
I'm proud of my Muslim background, and I'm proud to be able to be both gay and have a Muslim background and be out and talk to people about it. I can't impart anywhere near as much as Noor. His voice is so authentic. He knows the Quran. The reality is that there are only a handful of openly gay imams in the world. There's only one openly gay imam in Australia, so it's an incredible thing to have his experience and his wisdom in this country.
I started this group a few years ago. So we meet at least once a month. We haven't allowed anyone to film the group previously because it's a very tight group. We agreed that you filmed us today was just to shed light on how serious this is. The members do exist, the numbers are increasing. We want to be heard.
Noor's covert LGBTQI Muslim group currently has 500 members nationally and is growing rapidly.
I had a problem with seeing Muslims telling me that they either rejected Islam because of family tensions or have succumbed to the family pressures and got married, like I did, and they can't escape. I thought, how can I start something where we can reconcile the two? Just, open up the discussion.
You don't have to necessarily come out to the whole world. Yeah. You can do it slowly and manage it carefully. That's something that worked for me.
Being part of Noor's group, it helped me to get more accepting and having common ground with other gay Muslims and talk about our religion, our sexuality openly, and not to be afraid to embrace who we are and what we are.
I found freedom. I've built a bridge between my spirituality and sexuality.
How does it feel to go from being so repressed for the majority of your life to now publicly coming out?
It feels liberating to be out of the closet.
What have you now lost because you have come out?
I have lost my, natural habitat, being the mosque. I'm used to sitting at a pulpit and talking and people listening and things like that. And that's where our impact was at maximum.
Noor has already been condemned by other Muslim leaders for coming out. He's been banned from mosques and will lose recognition as a Muslim cleric.
The idea for me is for other youth, queer Muslims, to see this and to say, look, okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel. It can be a very long tunnel at times, but there is light at the end of the tunnel.
I'd just like to say, young gay Muslims, they are not alone. There are a lot of people like Noor and me who can help them, who can guide them.
It's really important to recognise that there's a lot of diversity within our gay community, that some voices are heard more loudly than others. I really hope that Noor can continue to be supported in a leadership role in this country and in his community, so that my community can feel safe and supported and comfortable to come out of the shadows.